everyone, this is Raisa. This is my first cooking video, and I thought I'd start by showing you basically videos that things that I would cook every day. And today I'm just making some vegetable stock because I've got some carrots and some celery that are going off, and so I just wanted to get rid of them. So I found this, I had one of my teammates tell me about vegetable stock powder. It's an American recipe that's on the Cookie Dough platform for Thermomix. Now, Thermomix is my machine that I use every day. I have had it for the past year, and it cooks, it cleans itself, it does everything. And so I don't really need any other machine. Anyway, so I'm just going to follow the recipe on here, the guided recipe on Cookie Dough, like I told you. Okay, so we're gonna start cooking. It's really quick, and all we're going to do is follow the instructions. And so I've got 8 ounces of yellow onions that I'll just dump in here. It's a dump and go recipe. Next, some garlic. Now I usually have garlic that I puree, so I've got a jar. I take about 10 big cloves of garlic. I puree them with olive oil and then store it in the fridge. You can also store it in ice cube trays in the freezer. So stick that in. Next, some carrots. So 4 ounces of carrots. Now this machine actually does imperial and metric. It just will switch between recipes, so it's great. 4 ounces of celery. So I've pre-measured everything just to sort of speed this up. And then we've got some parsley. So I'm sticking all this parsley in. That is from my garden. I've started to grow all my herbs. 2 sprigs of rosemary. So I'm gonna stick some rosemary in here. You want to just remove the stems. All right, sticking that in, and I'll show you how it looks inside the bowl. Next, some thyme. So I've got some thyme also from the garden. I've just taken all the leaves off. I'm dumping that in. And then some porcini mushrooms. So I've got mushrooms that you can get at Waitrose. You're gonna dump those in. I'm putting about 3 pieces in. And then this is what it will look like. So you can see all the ingredients in there. And, I'm gonna go back, insert the lid with the measuring cup, done that. And now you're gonna hear 5 seconds of a loud blending noise. Okay, now I'm gonna add my 4 ounces of salt. So I've got this, I'm gonna scrape it down. Okay, so I'm going to just zero out the scales, add in some salt. Here, I've just got some rock salt in here, and I'm just going to put it in. So it's a lot of salt because it needs to be preserved. I can really smell the fumes of the onions. Okay, 4 ounces of salt, insert the lid again, and I'm going to blend it again for another 5 seconds. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. So once it's blended, you can see there's a little bit of salt at the top, but that will just eventually go away. And then my mixture is totally blended up. And it's also gotten wet, whereas we started with the dry mixture. I'm going to scrape down the bowl. So I'll just scrape it down. It's easier when I'm holding it. If you do find that you've got some big pieces in there, which you shouldn't, then by all means just blend it again. And scraping the lid because nothing should go to waste. And next, and then without the measuring lid, it's telling me to remove the cup and cook it for 90 minutes. So at 212 degrees, which I think is 100 Celsius. And so I'm not going to show you this part, but it's going to cook for another 90 minutes. And then after that, I'm going to put it in the oven at 200 degrees, spread a very thin layer onto a baking sheet, cook it for another hour and a half, let it dry out, and oh, my eyes are watering because of the onions. Let it dry out, and then break it up and blend it in the Thermomix. And so that is how I make my stock. Hopefully you guys will be able to try it and try it on your own, those of you who have a Thermomix. So good luck.